Greetings and welcome to the Better Time Challenge. I'm Sean Episcopo from NoHusbandLeftBehind.com. For week one, we want to focus on this area of reflection. And truly, my friend, I want you to consider taking a moment with me right now and think back over the past year. What were some of the highlights, some things you really enjoyed being a part of, some things you were able to do, to accomplish, maybe a new level, a new experience? Just something that stands out. And then there's probably even some things that maybe you'll recall that you did not enjoy so much, some difficulties, some frustrations. It wouldn't hurt to take a moment and just really consider what were the ones that stood out the most, over the past year. And as we consider this time for reflection, I want to take and give you three steps that I truly believe that are going to benefit today. As we look back and we do a time of reflection, it's always worth considering what is it in the past that I was a part of that I really like to bring into the present and into the future. And of course, certain things you just want to leave behind, right? So let's look at some steps. The first one is let's create your yes list. This will be your probably your most favorite one, I would say, out of what we're going to do today. Your yes list is going to be those things you remember over the past year that you were doing, that you were part of, actively engaged in, and you want to continue doing them as you move in, to the new year, as you move forward in the areas of interest. You want to keep those things alive, right? And maybe as you think back over the past year or so, and there's certain things that you wish you would have done, you wish you would have been more involved in, and that's okay, my friend, no judgment. Let's get them on your yes list also, because these can be areas where you want to start doing them. Right now, you feel that this would be an area that you would like to pursue. Now, for the second step, let's create your no list. This one's probably not going to be as much fun, remembering those negative thoughts, those frustrations, those things that just rub you the wrong way. But try not to spend a whole lot of time on this list. But the reason why we want to do this, we want to have a few things that no longer serve us. Maybe something that happened in the past that, honestly, it could have been something that you really enjoyed 6 months ago, or whenever, whatever time it was that you're looking back over the last year or so, maybe even just in the last few weeks, some things are just no longer what they used to be. And you want to stop doing certain things. So let's get them on your no list. Things that you were doing that no longer make you feel good. You don't feel any happiness, no joy from them. And honestly, things change, my friend. Maybe it's just a season where it's time to just trim those off. So let's get those on your no list. And maybe you have obligations to do certain things. You don't enjoy them, but you may have to do them, at least during this season in your life. So let's still get them on the no list, but we're going to mark them as minimized. So you're not going to do any more than the minimal obligation, or at least what you choose to do. I don't want you to feel locked in to having to put so much time and energy into things that are not bringing you any form of pleasure. And then our third and final step for today is to pick one thing on your yes list. Perhaps it's your favorite thing to do. As you look over your reflection, those things that really brought you value and joy, and you almost get excited over one or two or three things on this yes list. Well, let's pick one of those right here, right now, or as soon as you get your yes list polished. And but let's get it done as soon as possible. Let's pick one of them, get it on your calendar as soon as possible. I'm going to strongly encourage you to do this for this upcoming week. So over the next 7 days or so, try to do your best to get something on that yes list onto your calendar, to pick a date, a time, a geographic location if it's required, whether it's something you got to do in person in a certain place, whether it's something you can do online. Let's get it on your calendar, my friend, because this is something that has brought you joy and excitement. It's really got you out of bed, perhaps, most of the past year. So why not make it a priority moving forward? Let's not wait for months or even a year to go by before you identify what it is that you enjoy the most, and let's proactively get that again here now and moving forward, right? So as we've got our yes lists, our no lists, and then we're looking at our calendar, what we want to proactively start getting on there as soon as possible. Let's look at just a few examples of some things that may be on your yes list. And, let's consider a task that we could actually implement as soon as possible just to make sure we get you moving in that direction. So, our first example is perhaps you've got it on your yes list that you want to start exercising regularly. Now, this would indicate that you probably do not have a routine, at least as far as exercise, if we're going to use the term start exercising. Now, if you have been exercising on and off, you might want to just say continue exercising regularly. But in my example here, this is somebody that's identified that they really want to make a change. So it's something fresh, something new. They want to start exercising regularly. Maybe they put this on as a New Year's resolution year after year and have never done it. My friend, I don't want you to resolve yourself to do this. I want you to commit to a task in the upcoming week to help you get what you really want to accomplish done. So if this is on your yes list, you want to start exercising regularly, perhaps the task could be just to take a 10-minute walk every day. And remember, there's nobody that's going to be coming from here to follow you around to make sure you're doing what it is you want to do. This is strictly on you. We would love for you to do what it is that you enjoy the most. And so if it is exercise, if you feel better with your arms moving, your legs moving, taking that walk around the parking lot at work, maybe around, your community where you live, if this is going to bring you some kind of joy or satisfaction, or at least make you feel better, then let's get it on the schedule. And and if there's certain days where you're just really unable to do it at that certain time of day, perhaps come up with an alternate time. The thing that we really do not want to do, we do not want to wait until the end of the day when we're exhausted before we do something we really want to do. These are things you want to get on the schedule on your calendar early enough to where you're going to enjoy it, you're going to benefit from it. It's going to bring you enough excitement to want to do it again tomorrow. Now, the second example that we're going to look at, my friend, is maybe you want to start saving for a down payment. If that's on your yes list, maybe you're looking at making a purchase, for your first house. Maybe you're already in a house that you want to upgrade. Maybe you need a little bit more square footage. Maybe you want a little bit more land. Perhaps you just want to move to a different community, get your children in a different school district, whatever it might be that's motivating you. I think that it's really worth having it on your yes list with a task that you can begin in the next 7 days. Start saving for a down payment is something you can begin right away, to start. But, perhaps you're going to need weeks, perhaps months, maybe it's going to be a longer term savings for that down payment. But quite honestly, my friend, if we can get the ball rolling in the next 7 days or so, maybe something as simple as a task like schedule the auto deduction from your paycheck. So figure out how much it is you can afford each paycheck and try your best to consistently put the same amount aside, as much as possible just for the sake of, being able to track it and consistency. And, honestly, I've known some people that would rather not do the auto deduction from their paycheck. Another option is maybe you want to wait until after the money hits the checking account. Once it is, inside the checking account, you can always within your bank transfer it and the bank will put it into a separate savings account for you. That way you don't accidentally spend it on other purchases and things. It's just a thought, my friend. But if you do want to do a bigger thing like a down payment for something large, a bigger asset, and it's going to take you time, the best thing we can do is find something in the next 7 days or so. And if it takes you longer, that's fine. But let's get it on the calendar to get this thing started, especially if it's on your yes list and it's going to bring you great satisfaction in the upcoming year. Now, our third example that we want to consider today, perhaps on your yes list, you have something like more quality alone time with my spouse. And that's a beautiful thing. More quality alone time, that may be just, an extra, 15 minutes, half hour, an hour every day. Maybe it's just an extra afternoon, maybe it's a Saturday morning. You know what I mean? It could be whatever it is you want to be, depending on whether you two lovebirds work the same schedule, a similar type of shift, whether you have Saturdays or Sundays, at least some type of quality time together. Whatever it is, let's get it on your calendar. Whatever it is you decide is most important, my friend. And a task could be as simple as schedule a date night. Now, the value of the date night, and it could be date, I say date night as if it's in the evening, but it could be any time you want. If you want to have breakfast together, if you want to do lunch together, whatever it is, if you want to just have a little quiet time where you can talk and share your thoughts, your ideas. This is one of the best things my wife and I have ever done, is actually sit and spend time discussing things that are on our mind, what's in our heart. That's not always easy to do when you're running here, running there. You've got, commitments inside the home, you got commitments outside the home. There's things going on at church, things around the community. There's various obligations, but if you can get something on the calendar, a specific date, a specific time, and then you don't really have to have an agenda, but it does not hurt to consider what it is that you would like to accomplish. What's the end result of that date night? That quality alone time is a beautiful thing, my friend. I think you're definitely on the right path if you choose anything similar to that. Now, as we wrap up today, if you enjoyed this quick training video with me, I want you to consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and be on the lookout for other videos. We plan to have other videos within this series for the challenge, and then, good Lord willing, other videos that are yet to come. And then the final thing I wanted to mention to you, just to make sure that you're aware of, we have additional resources at our website at nohusbandleftbehind.com. This is a place where you can find other tools and resources and things you can implement within your home life and or your work life to really make a difference and move the ball in the direction you so desire. Whatever it is you want to accomplish, let's make a difference together for the glory of God. Well, my friend, until next time, I wish to say God bless, and may all that you do be glorifying to Him.